Hello everyone and welcome to Race Space. We are now live with the oval of Florida here at the Daytona International Speedway. So this will be our second oval of the series. The first one was at the Texas Oval, and it was quite an interesting race, that one. So I think this one is going to be a lot faster. You don't have to really back down on any of these corners. It's kind of just flat foot the whole way, so gonna see some of these guys really going at it today, and hopefully we'll see a new winner tonight, because we're sort of seeing the same guys win over and over in this series. It's getting a bit predictable, and we like things to surprise us now and again. So no disrespect to those guys that are doing a good job and winning most of the weeks, but let's see if we can get some new challenges in here. So all of the drivers in the pits at the moment. We got BT is coming out, followed by Kenny, followed by Rock. So BT first out on the track now. And he lets Kenny through there. I wonder if it's a tactical decision there. He might be trying to get these guys slipstream. We know from Texas that the Matsutsi brothers did a very good job with slipstream there, so we might see more of the same from them here, working together in their Scuderia Matsutsi team. We're watching Rock there for Galaxy Racing in his black and orange Camaro, the number 74. So the oval races in this series are a little bit longer than the general normal races. Each race in the series is a 120 kilometer distance race, or as many laps as it takes to do either that or more. And the ovals, on the other hand, are double that. They're 240 kilometer distance, so it's quite a long way. If you remember, the Texas race was about 100 laps long. This is much bigger track though, so it's only going to be a 60 lap race, this one. So Radtech is first place at the moment with a 55, the only car in that category. He's getting some very good slipstream there off of the back of his teammate. I think it's BT getting the slipstream off of Radtech. I think that's what's happening here. I think he is being carried through here by Radtech. He's trying to get some of that good slipstream, so this is a team tactic by the looks of things. So learning, obviously, from before how to do this. Let's see if it pays off. And they cross the line. BT up into first place. He's in the 55. So great strategy here from the Savage Racing team in the number 55 and 56 car here. It's fantastic teamwork. Those cars look like they are attached. They're driving so close to each other. Super job from these two. It pretty much looks like the same car in some of these screenshots. bumper to bumper. Let's see if any of the other teams are busy doing the same here. I can see the Matsutsi brothers there trying to do a similar thing, not as close to each other, but definitely trying to use that same strategy of you getting their driver through the lap with a draft. You can see Matsutsi is pulling Ali there behind him. Or no, sorry, Ali is pulling Matsutsi. Matsutsi is the number 93 car. That's got the yellow number on it. So Ratek now up into first place with a 55.0. So those guys are just getting faster and faster. Really good times from them. And the Matsutsi brothers now getting great times. So we've got Matsutsi up into first, doing the same strategy as the Savage Racing team, and now they swap over, and he's going to return the favor for his brother by the looks of things. You can just see Ali slotting in the back there on Matsutsi. So great teamwork from these guys. Rock though up into fourth place. BT back into first place. So you can see here Rock is getting a slipstream there on somebody. I think that's Kenny in front of him, but not working with his teammate like the other two teams we saw earlier are doing. He's trying to do this solo on the back of a fellow competitor's car, but not his teammate. So those teammates aren't using the same strategy there. You can just see his teammate there on the side of the track. Rock up into first, so not using that team strategy, but definitely still benefiting from the slipstream there. Very good time there. It's actually an identical time by the looks of things to BT, so not sure how the game decides who gets that first place position, but so far right now Rock is sitting on the pole. Kenny not really benefiting from any of this. If he wants to get some faster times, he's going to have to jump onto the back of someone or let Rock through and try get on the back of his car. So Savage still working well together here. They're sitting in second and third at the moment. Very close times from them, doing a fantastic job just to stay in each other's slipstream there. Matsutsi brothers still going at it. Let's see what some of these other drivers are doing. We got Shadow is in the slipstream of Ballistic there. Where is Dusty in all this? We remember Dusty is missing his teammate here tonight. Barry's 150. He is unable to join us at the moment because he has a power cut. So it's unfortunate that he's going to have to miss this race. But that means Dusty does not have his teammate here to use the same strategy that some of these other teams are using right now to try and get a good position. It's strange that he isn't out on track though. He has set the lap, but maybe he is just getting himself ready for the race. Not really sure, but he is in the pits. The only driver so far still in the pits. So Dusty has now moved down to last place in the qualifying sessions at the moment. Ratek up into first place. He has exceeded the earlier time there. He's on a 54.6. Rock is in second place with BT in third place just behind him. Very close times from the three of those guys. They're the only three cars at the moment to have got into those 54s. So if these guys can keep this up during the race, we might be looking at a very solid finish from these guys if things work out for them. Remember, Kenny is currently leading this series. He's sitting at the moment in 5th place. he is on the back of Rock now, so we're going to probably start seeing some faster times from Kenny. I wonder if those two guys are working together here. Galaxy and Shadow looking like they might have teamed up a bit for this qualifying. As we see Rock just pulls Kenny through there. Is this going to help Kenny? What is it going to do for his lap times there? And he moves up one position, so that puts him ahead of BT, who is down a few positions now. Ratek's still in the lead, but Matsutsi now is back up into the top three, using that tactic with his brother. BT now in first place, so fantastic job from Savage just to get him back, and that returning the favor is they just swapping there. One toes the other the one lap, and the other toes the other. Perfect team strategy, and it is working great here. Very good job from these guys. Rock at the moment is in some open air there, so he isn't going to be getting any slipstream from cars ahead, so it's very doubtful he's going to be setting any more of the faster lap times at the moment until he gets a car in front of him. Kenny is right behind him though, and still in fifth for Kenny. It looks like that's Dusty back out on the track now as well, so Dusty on the back of them. Is he going to get enough slipstream to start putting up some good lap times now? You can see Shadow and Ali are in the pits there. You can just see Ratek there. He is kissing the bumper of that teammate of his. Fantastic strategy here from these guys, just playing it to perfection. What is this going to do for their lap times now? Ooh, they just come together, and that's probably going to send them to the pits now. As we see Ratek just flipping around there. BT already in the pits, so a lot of the guys going back to the pits now. Maybe a bit of contact, maybe some of them needing to get a bit more fuel in their cars. Shadow is back out on track though now, but no cars around him to help him with any draft, so it's going to be a bit tough for him to set super fast times, but let's see what he can do. Maybe he can get a position or two here. Ballistic also still out on track, same story for him, not a lot of cars around, so he won't be getting any draft to help him at the moment. And same story for Dusty, a lot of open air here between them in qualifying. So far BT and Ratek of Savage Racing managing to hold on to first and second in this session. So if these guys want to challenge them, they need to get back out on track. There's not a lot of time left in this qualifying session to better their times. There's only 1 minute 50 seconds left. Ratek is back out on the track now. So I wonder if Gavin is going to be able to catch up to him and then maybe get a bit of a tow around. So BT is back out on the track now. And you can just see Ratek slowing down there a bit so that he can hook up with his teammate there, and they are going to do the same. Ooh, a little bit of a hard knock there, so they just got to be careful while they do this. As we saw earlier, they were doing it perfectly though, so looks like they're going to try one more lap maybe. Ten seconds left now of this session. Not a lot of cars out on track at the moment, just the Savage cars. We got one Shadow Racing car with Shadow Lancer in it, and that is it. So it looks like this is how it is going to finish, and it is. So BT wins the pole position here in qualifying. We got Ratek, his teammate, in second. So they are looking super strong now for this race that is coming up. It is a 60-lap race around Daytona Oval. So BT is going to have to lead the formation lap here. He hasn't done a lot of those. I don't think he's done any, in fact. So it might be a new experience for him. I hope he does not get a penalty for exceeding the speed limit in those things. But we just see a 1 grid place penalty there for Ballistic, so that will move him down to 9th place, I think, for the actual race start there. It's a bit weird seeing Dusty and Kenny not on top here, but let's see what they can do during the race. Setups on the cars for the oval races in the series are on forced default. The normal track layouts during the season are custom setups allowed, so all the cars here are equal setup for the oval. It means that it is down to the drivers and their ability to handle the oval correctly to get themselves a good finishing position here. It has nothing to do with the cars. So we are almost ready to get underway here. Just waiting for each of the drivers to ready up, and then the cars will get rolling. You can see Ballistic there moved to number 9 there. Even though he qualified 8th, he had a penalty. It would have likely been for speeding in the pit lane. Dusty not in his usual position up front, so he's got a little bit of work cut out for him here, but as we know, lots of action can happen on these ovals. A lot of different moves and changes of position can take place, so hopefully the guys ready up in time. We don't want to lose anybody by not readying up in time. And they're off. BT leading the formation lap here. So we've got BT there in first place, Ratek, his teammate, in second place. Rock manages to hold on to his third place, so he'll be starting in the top 3 for this race. Got Kenny managed to get himself up to 4th place, did a good job to get a competitive time there in the qualifying session. Matsutsi and Ali working well together in that qualifying, just unable to get the times that some of these other guys were getting though, but good job to try work together from them. Shadow and 6th teammate of Kenny in that other second Shadow Racing car. Dusty in 8th place there. He is down a teammate tonight. His teammate unable to make it. Ooh, we just say that as Ballistic veers off to the left there. Just took a bit of a detour, maybe taking a joker lap there. We got Dusty without his teammate though, as his teammate had a power cut, so he was unable to make it to the race tonight. Berry's 150, but let's see what he can do without a teammate. All of the other cars with their teammates here tonight. It's just about to start now. They can go once that line is crossed, and they're off. So they need to be careful here. Nobody wants to take out their teammates. Kenny looks like he has taken that position from Rock. Rock on the outside though, he's making a move back there. And Rock gets third place again. He might even try and get another position there. BT's still holding on to first. His teammate Radtech right behind him though, with Kenny right on his tail. So very close racing here at the moment. Rock just loses out to Kenny there again, and now he comes together with Matsutsi, who crashes into another car there. I think it's Dusty. I think Dusty and Rock. Dusty lost a wheel there, so he is going to have to limp back to the pits if he wants to stay in this race. Not what he would have wanted there. Rock in the middle of the track on his roof. So that is very unfortunate for him. He might not be able to continue there. These guys obviously will have to be careful coming back around if that car is still in the middle of the track. Kenny is up a position now. He is in second place. He's just going around the outside of the two Savage Racing cars there. He's neck and neck with BT, so they don't want to collide here and do the same sort of thing that happened with the other cars. Everyone doing a good job there to avoid the Galaxy Racing car lying upside down in the middle of the track. So it looks like Rock has retired from this race. He is missing now, so we are down to 8 drivers from the 9 that started here tonight. Super close racing here at the moment. It looks like Radtech and Kenny coming together there, so they fall back a few positions. And while that happens, Ali squeezes up the inside of BT. So we have a new leader at the moment with Ali. Shadow Lancer there also in the mix. He is up to third place. Very close here. They got to be very careful not to tap each other. We do not want to see many more of the accidents that we saw earlier, which Dusty is still recovering from in the pits by the looks of things. 3 cars wide here, almost 4. BT sandwiched now by the Matsutsi brothers, and Lancer is right hot on his tail with no space to make a move, so let's hope that he doesn't try. Super close racing here. We basically have all the cars on the screen right now. We are just looks like Radtech comes together with Ballistic, so those guys are off. And another car that looks like Shadow. Shadow is spun out there. We are also missing another Scuderia Matsutsi car, so that is Ali also spun out. So now there are 3 cars in the running right now. Kenny manages to hold on, and he is there in third, Matsutsi in second, and BT just holding on to the lead. As I say that, Matsutsi gets a nose in front there. Kenny is in the slipstream of Matsutsi, so he will just sail through here. But now Matsuzi on the inside line. BT gets that draft once again, so that just allows him to get a nose there in front of Kenny. Super close racing from these guys. Side by side there from Kenny and BT. So let's take a quick look at what's happening now. Ratek gets back up to 4th place, but he's a bit far away from the front 3 at the moment with that big collision he had with Ballistic. So things not working out perfectly for him, but if things go wrong at the front for the guys, he might still stand a chance. He just needs to stay in the running. Ballistic just behind him there. Shadow Britain manages to get back on the track, so he's probably got a bit of damage there. His car looking a bit like it's seen some better days. Ali into the pits, and Dusty is back out on track, so still a 3-way battle here up front. Three different drivers, 3 different teams. Is it going to be a first for Savage Racing, or is it going to be a first for Scuderia Matsuzi? We know that Matsuzi has been very fast in this series. He hasn't finished a lot of races though. He has had some terrible luck. Ran out of fuel in New Zealand where he was looking like he was going to take the win. He ran out on the last lap. Last corner he ran out of fuel, was unable to complete the race. Had a couple accidents in some others which caused terminal damage where he qualified very well. So he's looking to get in on the points here. He is looking for that victory. BT also looking for his first win. Kenny looking to add to his total, having won the most races so far this season. So neck and neck here with Matsuzi and BT, just doing a great job to hold on here. Nobody giving up the position. Kenny just waiting for his moment there. It looks like Ballistic catching up to Ratek again, so there's a bit of a race going on for 4th place here as well. Remember, these 2 cars collided earlier, which sent them off the track, so they are trying hard now to get back into this race. Ballistic now with a move on Ratek there. We can just see Shadow taking out quite a few cones there as he comes back out onto the track. Ali is also back in the race now with Dusty hot on his tail. Dusty down quite a few laps. Dusty is on his 6th lap when the front runners are on their 9th lap, so Dusty's got a bit of work cut out for him, but the trick is to never give up and see what happens. So still super close here from the front runners. Kenny just looking for a gap, but there isn't really any. So Kenny with the draft on Matsuzi there, but no gap really to get through. We did see that they went 3 wide earlier, so will Kenny look up for a 3 wide opportunity, or are they just going to play it safe? I think that Kenny will rather play it safe in hopes of snatching the win. Kratek now on the back of Ballistic. He is using the draft there as well. Shadow also with a penalty somewhere, so he might have sped too quickly into the pits there and picked up a penalty from that. Matsutsi in front at the moment, leading this race. But it looks like the two of these guys might have opened a gap now for Kenny, who's on the outside. He's a bit behind, but if they don't get... PT pulls out now, and there is not really space for Kenny. All tucked in right behind each other, but Kenny looking for a way through now. So no mistakes from the three guys up front at the moment, just keeping it easy here. None of them wanting to crash. A crash would basically take them out of the running here. It does seem that Matsutsi's got a bit of damage there on his car. You can just see his bonnet a bit bent there. Probably hit a wall there on the outside at some point in this race. That would explain why one of his windows there looks also to be cracked on the right side of the car. But it just shows that these cars can take a bit of a beating before they start to suffer technically. So with these two guys, they haven't pitted, so you don't know if either of them has picked up a little bit of damage with that contact that happened. Hopefully not too much, so that they can get back into this race. So we're on the 15th lap here at Daytona. So Ali and Dusty here, they might be helping each other out just to try and work their way back into the fight here. Remember, they aren't on the same lap, so they technically aren't really racing each other at the moment. So will they work together to help each other to work their way back up into the fight here? You can just see Ali engaging into the back of the slipstream there. Is he going to get through here on Dusty? Will Dusty maybe just let him go so that Dusty can do the same? But it doesn't look like it. Looks like they are still racing each other. Ali on lap 14, Dusty on lap 12. Shadow's car not looking very good there. It's definitely seen better days. I wonder if they even repaired it when he went into the pits. Still missing a bonnet. So BT is down to third. We have Kenny now made his way up to second place. So these cars in a perfect line now as they all slipstream. BT looking on the outside there. Is he going to be able to get his car in front of Kenny there now? Kenny's still in that slipstream though, so it's very difficult to get the overtake there when the car in front of you has the inside line with slipstream. Remember, all these cars are identical and all of them with the default setup, so there is no car here which has better specs than another one, so it is all down to driver technique here. BT up into first place now, so great from him to get out in front of those two. They are coming up to a back marker here, so BT might be able to get into the slipstream there behind the Shadow Racer, or Shadow Lancer, sorry. But BT falling back into third place, so will these guys get past here safely? And all three of the front runners are past Shadow Lancer right now. Kenny looking very fast there on the back of Matsutsi. He's locked in at the moment. As these three head on to lap 20. So 40 laps left to go here. Ratek's still behind Ballistic there, so I wonder if he hasn't picked up damage. He doesn't look like he's challenging as much as those front three are. So Gavin might, or Ballistic might just have less damage on his car there, which is allowing him to just stay that little bit further ahead. Kenny now dropping into third, but still has the advantage in the slipstream. These guys doing a great job to not make any heavy mistakes in this race. One mistake can be very costly on these ovals. And still a three-way race here at the moment. Dusty and Ali, they're still trying their best to catch up here. So far we've still only lost one car here tonight, with Rock, who ended up on his roof after some big contact with one of the other cars. Kenny just falling off a little bit there. BT runs it slightly wide, but he is just in front at the moment. Matsutsi though with the advantage there on the inside line. So neck and neck from these two guys. BT now slots in behind Matsutsi, so he is now in that draft. He hasn't been in the draft for a long time now. He's had to race that outside line, so now switching to the inside line. Is he going to be able to Kenny now taking the position that BT was in earlier on the high side. So Kenny now gets back in behind Matsutsi. These guys just unable to get ahead of Matsutsi when one of them is on the high side. So will they figure it out, and will they come up with a tactic to get through there? It looks like Kenny might have done it here. So BT might also follow him through here. There might be a change of positions here. as they look like they might be going 3 wide here. BT just dropping in behind the other two, thinking better of it. So Ratek still trying his best to get on the back of Ballistic there. Alien Dusty still pushing hard to get back into the race. Shadow still broken there. Matsutsi now down to 3rd position, so the other two have found a way through here. But now they are racing 3 cars wide here. They need to be very careful. BT slots in behind the other two once again. Very close still from these 3 guys as we are in lap 30 right now. So we're at the halfway point now in this race, and the race looking close as ever from these 3. BT now heading into the pits, so he's probably going to go in for a refuel now. So that means that these other 2 guys will likely go in on the next couple of laps here. Who is going to have the better strategy? Who will end up in front after the pits? Ballistic into the pits now as well. Ratek also in the pits. So Ratek actually pitted ahead of his teammate there. Can just see Matsutsi heading into the pits now as well. Kenny is the last car out on the track. It's probably all that slipstream he picked up there. Probably just used a little less fuel maybe than what the other guys were, but he is going on for an extra lap here, so I would imagine he's going to have to pit this next lap, but who knows, he might have had a strategy there for saving a bit of fuel. I think BT is coming back out on track now. You can just see him entering back on, so he is back into the race. Kenny is on lap 32, so 1 lap ahead, but he's going into the pits now. So Kenny into the pits. BT is out on track. Matsutsi is out on track now as well. So Matsutsi is out ahead at the moment. So Matsutsi with a much faster pit stop there than what BT had. Now where is Kenny going to come out in all of this? It looks like the two Savage cars have found each other here, so are they going to work as a team now to draft each other to the front? Ratek slotting in on the back of BT there. So Kenny is out ahead of Matsutsi as well, so great job from him. He holds on to the lead. Matsutsi a little way behind there. And BT a bit behind him, so the other two in an open part of the track, not much going on around them. These two guys though are right behind each other, so they will be able to benefit from the slipstream here. Both of them having just pitted, so their cars should be in top condition at the moment. Ratek is also up into 4th place. We've lost Ballistic by the looks of things. Ballistic is out of this race. We are down to 7 cars now, so both of the Galaxy Racing cars out of this one, unfortunately. Can just see the guys here swapping over and drafting each other. Is this tactic gonna work? Is it gonna help these guys catch those other two guys up front? Fantastic teamwork either way. Can see Matsutsi is on the back of his teammate there now as well, so looks like they might run the same plan here. Kenny is on the back of... No, sorry, Dusty is on the back of Kenny here, so Dusty is at the back at the moment, but he is racing with the leader. So this was the race we were expecting tonight between Kenny and Dusty, but Dusty involved in that first collision, which took him straight into the pits. So unfortunately not running at the front right now, but still able to challenge here in this race. Just putting the pressure on Kenny there. Savage still working together here to try and slipstream each other to the front of the field. The two Savage Racing cars still going at it here. Remember, Ratek is down one lap, so they are not racing for position right now, just helping each other out to try and gain a little bit of time on these guys. It worked so well for them in the qualifying round. Is it going to work for them in the race? Kenny's still way up in front though, with a much faster pit strategy than any of these guys. So he goes on to lap 40. That means there's 20 laps left of this race. It looks like Ratek up there, just running it wide into the wall. These two guys don't want to come together and have a crash now, because then their chances will be over. They need to just keep it nice and steady here. Can just see Shadow coming out of the pits now. It looks like they still haven't put a bonnet on his car, or have they? No, they have. He is repaired now, so he goes back out on track. Scuderia Matsutsi brothers now forming up on each other. They will start to use the... Ooh! It looks like Matsutsi into the wall there, so good save there to recover, but that almost ended very badly for Matsutsi. He drops quite a way off his brother there now. Kenny's still out in front. He's not in anyone's draft though, so he's not getting the fastest sort of laps he could be getting. So that is a bonus for the guys trying to hunt him down if they are in some slipstream. But is it going to be enough? So the Matsutsi brothers just crossing the line there. As the Savage Racing guys go over now as well, so each of these guys about a corner apart. And is Dusty going to try and unlap himself here? The Matsuti brothers side by side now. Matsuti brothers just trying to overtake the back marker there. A little bit of contact there from Matsuti and Shadow, but Shadow backing off a little bit, just letting the guys go through it. If Matsuti is going to have any chance of winning this, he can't make any mistakes now. But it looks like Shadow might try and unlap himself here as well. So Shadow not completely backing down as they go 3 cars wide now in this section. Big contact from the Matsuti brothers, but they are not out of the race by the looks of things. Managed to recover from that. That could have ended very badly for the Matsuti brothers there. Very good save from them. It would appear that Savage Racing is having a little bit of better luck at the moment, but is it going to be enough for them to catch up to the Matsuti brothers? Kenny still with Dusty trailing. So Shadow and the Matsutsi brothers 3 cars wide once again, so big race going on here at the moment. Three cars wide. Still 3 cars wide. Doing a good job not to crash at the moment, these guys. Can they keep it going, or will there be a mistake made that ends in tears? Side by side. Can just see Ali dropping off a bit there. He slots in behind Shadow. Ali now, massive contact there with Shadow. So Ali spins out. Can see the Savage Racing guys now getting on the back of Ali there. Wondering if that wasn't a team move there by Ali. Just trying to fend off Shadow there. So Savage is on their way through. Matsutsi is in the clear right now, so he is racing his own race. Nobody challenging him at the moment. Kenny still with Dusty right on his tail there. He goes on to his 53rd lap, so we are getting super close to the end here now, guys. So it's probably not going to be enough from these two Savage guys, but they are definitely working very well as a team at the moment. You can just see Ali getting involved there with the Savage guys. So BT just needs to be very careful not to get involved in any contact here if he stands a shot at challenging for the lead in this race. He can't make any mistakes as he's slotted in the middle of those two cars there. Sorry, they did a switch there that I didn't see. BT leading that pack at the moment with Radtech right behind him. Kenny on lap 55 at the moment. Still looking like he's not making any mistakes out there. Still running strong. Looks like the front two cars coming up on the back of Shadow now. So this is Shadow's teammate leading the race. And Kenny is through now on his teammate, Dusty following directly behind him there. Shadow's still in on this action though. So he slots in there behind his teammate. And Ali here with the Savage guys. BT now is behind his teammate Radek using the draft. He just needs to be careful of Ali there. Three laps left to go in this race. Well, 2 laps left to go now. Matsutsi out on track by himself at the moment, nobody around. So Dusty is through on these two Shadow guys. I wonder if there wasn't a little bit of contact maybe, because that is quite a distance now between them. Last lap now for Kenny. Can he hold on to this lead? Kenny crosses the line. Kenny coming to a stop here. What has happened? Has he run out of fuel? I don't think the race is over yet. I think this is the final lap and he has not crossed the line, so it could be that he's run out of fuel here. Matsutsi into the lead. So it seems that, and the Savage guys right behind Matsutsi as well, so all to play for here on this final lap. Matsutsi now leading the race. Whichever one of these cars crosses the line now first wins. Ratek just glitching around there a little bit, so we don't know what's happening there, but Matsutsi is going on for his first win of the series. And he goes on to win the race. Good job from Matsutsi there to take the win. BT follows him for second place. Kenny, though, unable to complete the race. So from first place to last place if he does not cross that line. Victory donuts there for Matsutsi. Savage Racing joins him behind. Ali, the last person having to cross the line there. So that was a bit of turn of events there with Kenny running out of fuel there right on the last lap. I wonder if that's not to do with how short his pit stop was compared to the other guys, and I wonder if that wasn't to do with not being able to draft. Remember the other two guys drafting their teammates a lot there at the end. Kenny was leading a pack of cars. So that is the race tonight. It was a bit unexpected there at the end, but good job from the guys to finish. So Ballistic DQ'd. He must have driven too fast into the pits and DQ'd himself. Quite a race though, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the people that took part in the race. Good job, guys, and we will see you back here next week, same time. Cheers, everybody.